Welcome to ZoomTV, the show where we explore everything that flies, drives and floats and invite you along for the experience. We are going to give you information and provide you a bit of fun along the way. And nobody's funnier than Mr. Ross Dunkerton. On today's show, thanks to Total Nissan, he introduces you to the brand new Nissan X Trail.
This vehicle has had a big styling change from previous X Trails, bringing it into line with the current Nissan designs within their model lineup.
Thanks to John Hughes Ford, Allan Simons, the king of smooth, is going to introduce you to the king of the Ford territories, the Titanium.
No one in the car, front seat or back, is going to have a bumpy ride. It's really very good.
And thanks to Ian Diffin City Discount Tyres, I catch up with this week's Zoomaholic on the racetrack as they learn how to be a better driver. Tell me about the car.
2014 HSV GTS with a new LSA motor in it.
And of course, I catch up with this week's City Toyota celebrity hitchhiker. Who is it this week? Larry Emdur.
I do love a Harley. It was a bucket list thing for me, I don't know, when I was 20. And I had one for a few years. I sold it a year ago and I missed it desperately.
So get fired up, buckle into you lazy boy. It's time for Zoom TV.
Today we're going to take a look at a motor manufacturer that changed its branding worldwide back in the 80s. Back then, if you wanted to buy a Nissan product, you'd go into a Datsun dealership. Now the name Datsun is almost gone. Nowadays you would go into a Nissan dealership, or more correctly, the Nissan Motor Company. Today we're going to look at this, the third generation X Trail. It's an auto 2.5 CVT TI, and I tell you what, it is a quality machine. This vehicle has had a big styling change from previous X Trails, bringing it into line with the current Nissan designs within their model lineup. There's a more sophisticated look and a softer, more rounded body shape, which true blue X Trail owners may not like. But I prefer it to the old box shape, and I tell you what, thousands of others will agree with me. Behind the wheel, everything is set out well. Under the bonnet, a 2.5 twin-cam engine, a carryover from previous models, with a small increase in horsepower and improved efficiency. Now the suspension is great. It has a clever system called active ride control, where a computer reads the road conditions and alters the damper rate for a smoother ride. Cars of the day are truly amazing, and this one is no exception. It has blind spot warning, moving object detection, and if you start to wander a bit, the lane departure system springs into life. The platform of this car sees the technology of the alliance of Nissan and Europe come together. In the front we have McPherson strut suspension, while the rear is a multi-point setup. Inside, the interior is attractive with lots of soft touch surfaces and a carbon fibre panel which sets it off nicely. There's the all-important reversing camera and a function for parallel parking if you're not quite up to scratch with your parking ability. Seating is certainly an upgrade and is very comfortable. Now the new X Trail boasts a whole heap more cabin space. There's mega rear legroom and the interior is a completely new design. Now one thing I do like is the Nissan swipe and lift. Voila! In the back, there is 18 different ways to store your shopping, just by swapping a few panels around. Hey, and check this out. Now, I bet you're keen to find out more, so I'm slipping down to Cannington to have a word with the team at Total Nissan, who are a part of the AHG group. Steve.
Ross.
How you going?
Good to see you.
Likewise. The Nissan X Trail is very popular for Nissan, isn't it?
It's been a long-standing model and the new version fits right in the middle of our SUV range. Very versatile vehicle.
I'm going to hit you with three very fast questions. Servicing.
Servicing with Nissan, you've got a 6-year, 120,000 kilometre cap price servicing.
Economy.
Economy, out of the petrol version, you're looking at about 8.3, 8.4 litres per 100.
And finally, your favourite feature?
I'm probably heading more towards safety things these days, so the vehicle's fitted with blind spot monitoring, lane departure monitoring. It also has a 7-inch screen in the dash. When you're reversing, it gives you a 360-degree view around the vehicle from above. It's very, very cool, very safe.
Very good. Thanks, Steve.
My pleasure, Ross.
Hey, I have a Nissan product in my garage, but when it was new, it went by the name of Datsun, or a Datto for the true believers. They made a good car back then and still do. For more information, head off to totalnissan.com.au.
Coming up on Zoom TV, we'll let you know what motoring events you should be considering thanks to United Fuel Injection, the only place to get more torque out of your diesel. That's next on Zoom TV. I'm now joined by one of my crazy, insane friends, Matt Craig from United Fuel Injection. I'm good, Matt. Now, you are a good friend. You're also a great sponsor of the show. I've been trying to get you and this thing for about 3 years on the show.
Yeah, we've been trying to do it for a long time.
We've been chipping away, but what Matt's been doing is every time I call him, he's like, nah, I just want a bit more power, bit more power, bit more power. Now it's just short of 400 horsepower, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's at 365, not quite 400, but we'll get there one day, mate.
Now, what I want you to do, this is where you tell everyone at home, we call this the Zoomaholics segment, what you've done to the car, OK?
Can do.
Or to the beast. I'm going to leave you with him. You're away.
All right, 2004 GU4 Series Patrol, 3-inch lift, 35s, King Shockies, TD42 of course, because that's what we're well known for at United Fuel Injection. I'll just lift the bonnet, you can have a quick look under there. Famous TD42 Nissan diesel, runs a TD05 20G, 36-pounder boost, LPG, cross-country cooler as you can see there, water methanol. As you can see, the engine bay is really cramped. But yeah, all in all, it goes pretty well. We'll get close to 400 soon, I hope. Solar panel on the roof, set of sliders are made by a mate. Standard rear bar on the back there. A couple of reversing lights for camping when we go camping. 35-inch spare on the back. We've just upgraded the diffs, the front locker, and all the steering arms and panhards to Fats fabrication arms. We've got the 4-inch snorkel that people are pretty familiar with now. We need that amount of air to make the amount of horsepower that we are. I know people think they look silly, but it's a requirement for this level of horsepower. Really nice car to drive, and I've had it for about 3 or 4 years now, and we'll just keep developing it until we're happy, and yeah, that'll be the end of it, I guess. Just drive it around Australia.
But I tell you what, how good are you?
All right, matey.
But you just keep talking. You did a great job. Now, mate, you've been watching the show for a while, long time. Yep. You know where you're up to. You're up to the sign-off, so I'm going to leave you alone. Take it away, mate.
No worries. Anyway, guys, this is my 2004 GU Patrol. If you want any information on TD42 performance upgrades, get on www.unitedfuel.com.au or check out our Facebook page. Anyway, this is my Patrol, and I'm a Zoomaholic.
If you're looking for some fun events to do with things that fly, drive and float, thanks to United Fuel Injection, here's some you should consider. It's a 4-day-long motoring festival like nothing you've seen before, and it's hitting Melbourne Showgrounds on Thursday, the 26th of March. The Australian Motoring Festival is the biggest showcase of the latest cars, motorbikes and motoring technology that you can actually experience. Be the first to test drive new models on the tarmac and the off-road track, plus bring the whole family for heaps of fun activities. If you're in New South Wales and you're into classic cars and hot rods, then get down to Liverpool Catholic Club on Sunday, the 29th of March. There will be plenty of great show cars on display, barbecues, giveaways, and all proceeds go to the Royal Flying Doctor Service and Bear Cottage charities. Bring your car down and show it for just $10, with trophies up for grabs and giveaway bags for the first 100 cars through the gate. Starts at 8 a.m. The Italians, they make some pretty special machines, and if you're in Canberra, well, you're extremely lucky because you get to see them in all their glory. Auto Italia Canberra is a showcase of Italian automotive design and excellence that celebrates fiery and stylish cars, motorbikes and scooters. Share the passion on the Old Parliament House lawns on Sunday, the 29th of March. Starts at 8:30 a.m. for entrants and 10 a.m. for spectators. So there's some events to do with things that fly, drive and float, thanks to United Fuel Injection and of course, you. Now, if you're part of an enthusiast club and you have an event coming up, go to our website, click on the events page, tell us about it. We'll give it a plug. You never know, we might even come along. To find out more, go to zoomtv.com.au. Whether you're searching for a top quality new or pre-owned vehicle or a factory service with genuine Toyota parts, then City Toyota is your best option. Why? Because they're one of the most awarded Toyota dealers in Australia. And as a 5-star customer service dealership, you can be sure the helpful and professional team at City Toyota will always find the right car for you at the right price with the best possible service. To find out more, go to citytoyota.net.au. Up next, Allan Simons jumps in the top of the range Ford Territory Titanium thanks to John Hughes Ford.
So, you need an on-road, off-road car for practicality and fun. You need a certain level of sophistication and all the luxuries of modern motoring. While you're at it, you need a diesel engine with plenty of grunt and yet still have great fuel economy. Well, that's a pretty tall order. What you need is a Ford. To be more precise, what you need is the new Ford Territory Titanium. The Territory joined the Ford SUV lineup way back in 2004, and it's come a long way since then. Occupants in the Titanium are afforded leather upholstery, a premium interior command centre with 8-inch touchscreen and satellite navigation, and an Alpine rear DVD entertainment system with 10.2-inch screen. Rear passengers are able to enjoy acres of space with ample head and legroom, allowing anyone from small kids all the way up to 6-footers to inhabit the second row of seating. The last seating row, however, is strictly the domain of the little ones, but this last row can be laid down to ensure you have a cavernous cargo space. The sensitive and smooth steering of the Ford Territory makes manoeuvring the SUV very easy, tracking on its 18-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels. Suspension is another story altogether. It's a very smooth ride, handling more like a sedan than an SUV. And it is so smooth it irons out all the bumps and road imperfections with ease. And that means that no one in the car, front seat or back, is going to have a bumpy ride. It's really very good. Of course, you'll receive all the safety equipment you need. There's dynamic stability control with rollover mitigation, traction control, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution, emergency brake assist, driver's knee airbag, dual-stage driver and front passenger airbags, side curtain airbags, reverse sensing system, and reverse camera. Now, there are an incredible 30 storage compartments in here, so you can safely and happily stow away all your goodies. You'll also receive that most valuable accessory, the maximum 5-star ANCAP safety rating. We wouldn't go anywhere without it. Oh, and I know there are 30 interior storage compartments because I counted them. I know, I've got to get a life. Okay, don't believe there are 30? Come with me. And 30. Told ya. Yes, if you need a big, solid car to carry plenty of cargo, human or otherwise, don't forget there are 7 seats, and will likely require the use of a tow bar, then the Ford Territory is your car. It's a sophisticated and feature-packed SUV with a smooth as silk 6-speed automatic transmission with sequential sport shift and a towing capacity of up to a massive 2,700 kilograms. We always like to check in with the experts about new cars, and John Hughes is certainly an expert. G'day, John.
Thanks, Allan.
Now look, you've seen a lot of cars in this segment. How's it stack up?
Well, I think first of all you have a look at the appearance of the vehicle. It's the same size inside as the previous model, plenty of room for all of the family. It's a full 7-seater. If you have a look at it, it's very streamlined. It's not as bulky and it's easier to park. It's got a fantastic diesel engine. You get 8.2 litres per 100 kilometres, which is remarkable for the power of a diesel engine. You've got a 6-speed automatic, and unusually for a car of this size, it's got 5 anchorage points for the children's car seats. Great vehicle. I think it's fantastic.
You know your stuff.
Thank you, Allan.
Good to see you. The new Ford Territory Titanium. See it right now at John Hughes Ford. Go to johnhughes.com.au or, as always, follow the links from ZoomTV.
I'm now joined by Brock, one of the lucky winners of the Ian Diffin City Discount Tyres Performance Driving Day. Brock, how's your day going?
Absolutely magic.
What are you finding that you're getting the opportunity to do out there on the track?
Absolutely use every horsepower it's got and test these big brakes out and see if it stops.
So it's given you a greater appreciation of what your car can and can't do?
Yep, absolutely. There's no point having all that power on the street if you can't come out here and use it properly and see what you can really do.
I tell you what, we've been listening to you, and you must have the nicest sounding car that's doing laps out there, I reckon.
Yeah, once that exhaust opens up and you can really hear the power it's got, it's a beautiful note.
Now, mate, I've got to ask you, talking about the power, what's you got?
720 at the rear wheels.
They've got a jet in the back of your car.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Now, tell me about the car.
2014 HSV GTS with a new LSA motor in it, out of the factory about 430 horsepower at the wheels, and like I said, now it's about 720.
And what's your favourite thing about it?
Just having a nice brand new shiny car. Nothing better than that.
Yeah, and it's a nice looking car as well, mate. I'll tell you what, get over there and continue your training. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheers. Do you own something incredible that drives, flies or floats? Then we want to hear about it and maybe even have you on the show. All you have to do is film a short video under 2 minutes long about your car, your motorbike, your four-wheel drive, your boat or your plane, and tell us just what makes it so great. Then upload your video to YouTube and email the link to imazumaholic@zoomtv.com.au. You and your car could feature on the show all around Australia. Plus, if you're the member of a motoring enthusiast club and you've got an event coming up, let us know about it, and you never know, we might come along. Stick around, because after the break I catch up with this week's City Toyota celebrity hitchhiker, the man famous for the words, "Come on down," Mr. Larry Emdur. Welcome back to Zoom TV. Now I'm with one of my favourite game show hosts, Larry Emdur. How are you, sir?
How you going? Good,
I'm going really well. I've always wanted to meet you because I've always seen you. You're one of those guys that are on TV in some shape or form, on some show, normally a game show, for a long time. You've been around for a long time.
I think I'm cheaper than anybody else.
You're busy now, but you've been in TV for how long?
32 years this year. 32 years, yeah.
So where did it start?
Started, I was kicked out of school when I was 15. Thankfully, I got a job at a newspaper by accident that allowed me to surf during the day. And then I just sort of took an interest in writing and the production side of the newspaper, and started writing, started submitting stories to the newspaper, and then sort of became some kind of journalist, some kind of poor man's journalist. And that eventually led to a job in the Channel 7 newsroom.
Is that what turned it around for you? The fact that you just worked so hard to achieve?
I should say yes, but I'm going to go back to luck. I think it was just lucky, because clearly I wasn't qualified to do anything. Yes, I was a news reporter, but then they asked me to do a game show. Yep. And all the other news reporters were like, oh, well, I'm a news reporter, I wouldn't want to do that. My career changed then. A big shift from news guy to game show guy. Yep. But that was luck, you know, that was luck, and me maybe being stupid. Because if I was taking my journalism seriously, probably I should have said no to the game show. You're
very versatile. You got the Weekend Sunrise that you do a very good job on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And then you've got...
Morning show's going great.
The morning show. And then you've got, obviously, Price is Right.
Importantly too, there's been a lot of failures in there, like a lot. Like I believe in 32 years, I think I've hosted something like 28 different shows. Yeah. So that represents a lot of failures. Because if the successful ones, you're there for 10 years and you're happy.
I've heard that you're more of a motorbike person than a car person. So I would ordinarily ask Fast Five. 4 of the questions are about cars. I'm going to turn those questions and make them about bikes. You happy with that?
Sure.
First question is the first bike you ever owned.
The first, it was a real bitch of a thing. It was literally, it was based on a Yamaha 650. It was a stretched dragster frame. It had a chopper front and a something back, and it was beautiful. And I'd pull it up. It rode like I needed a kidney belt, but I had to have it.
Okay, what is your opinion of the best bike ever made, and why?
Well, I have to say the new Harley now because I've got one.
Oh,
just got it last week.
No.
I do love a Harley. It was a bucket list thing for me, I don't know, when I was 20. And I had one for a few years. I sold it a year ago and I missed it desperately. So just got a new one last week. And
Have they kept the rumble? Or I heard.
Oh, it's all about the rumble.
Yeah, but I heard they're trying to bring it in a little bit because people were starting to get over it. How can you get over a rumble on a Harley?
It's all about the rumble.
It's all about the
It's
rumble.
all about the badge and the rumble. That's what
I
it's
made
all
that
about.
rumble up then. That was my. I don't know how else to describe it. What would you say would be the worst bike ever made and why? It can be anything.
Oh,
You can be nasty about one particular bike.
I couldn't even tell you because I've only had that Yamaha thing, which was a dog of a bike.
That's it.
And the Harley. So I couldn't even tell you. I haven't spent my life on bikes.
What is your biggest fear?
I ride like a great grandmother. I've got kids, I've got responsibilities, I've got a job, and I'm so conscious when I go out on the road. But my biggest fear is someone else.
Yeah.
A very dear friend of mine hit from the side he was doing perfectly the right thing. Someone smacked him from the side who was on the phone at the time. No, I suppose that's my biggest fear. So.
Other drivers. I admire you.
Thank
You're
you.
a great bloke. I would aspire to have a career about as half as good as yours.
Oh, I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say
And
that.
thank you very much for entertaining my mum every
Pleasure.
afternoon. I appreciate it.
Well,
That's
say
it.
hi to your mum for me.
I
I don't think
will.
anyone else is using that at the moment.
There you go.
Okay.
And we're done. Now, before we go, a little bit of housekeeping. If you're part of an enthusiast club and you've got an event coming up, go to our website, zoomtv.com.au, click on the events page, tell us about the event and we'll help you spread the word. Plus, if you're involved in a business or you have a product to do with things that fly, drive or float, we want to hear from you. All the info is on our website of how you can become a partner of Zoom TV. Until next week, bye for now. Thanks for watching. And remember, whatever you do that Zooms, make sure you do it safe. And that's a wrap.